أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أما بعد، قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: ما شيء أثقل في ميزان المؤمن يوم القيامة من خلق حسن. There is nothing on the day of judgment which is heavier on the scale of the believing person than good character. My brothers and sisters, a Muslim must have good character, and he must know his adab. He must know his manners. His manners must be in check, and the manners are something that must be taught. We hear about the Quran being taught and the Hadith being taught, but the manners are something that are neglected. Rather, the manners are something that should be taught first, taught to the youth. And I am not talking about the manners of saying please and thank you. I'm talking about the manners of a Muslim. The manners a person has with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with his deen, with the people he interacts with, whether they are Muslim or non-Muslim, and the manners he has with himself. And the first of the manners I will speak about is the manners of the masjid, adab al-masjid. People, some brothers, they'll come to the masjid wearing shorts. And let's assume that the knee is not part of the awrah. Let's take that opinion. If they go into sujood, or they go into ruku', or forget the salah, let's say they lift their leg up, their awrah is exposed. Or some brothers, they'll wear tight t-shirts and tight trousers. And when they go into sujood, wal-iyadh billah, their whole rear is exposed. Is this how they come to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if they were to go and meet a king, they would never even think of wearing this type of clothing. But when they go to meet the King of Kings, they couldn't care less. Is this the respect that they have for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? The one who created them. The one who, when they could not feed themselves, when they could not clothe themselves, He was the one who clothed and fed them. The one who created them from a clot into what they are now. Is this the level of respect that they have for Him Azza wa Jal? And on this blessed day, the day of Jum'ah, some brothers, they come in the same clothes that they sleep in. They come in the same thobe that they sleep in. And they come smelling like they haven't showered for a week or 2 or 3. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, إِنَّ هَذَا يَوْمُ عِيدٍ. Indeed, this is a day of celebration. جَعَلَهُ اللَّهُ لِلْمُسْلِمِينَ. He has made it for the Muslims. فَمَنْ جَاءَ إِلَى الْجُمُعَةِ فَلْيَغْتَسِلْ. Whoever comes to the Jum'ah, to the prayer, let him bathe himself. وَإِنْ كَانَ طِيبٌ فَلْيَمَسَّ مِنْهُ. And if there is perfume, let him apply it. وَعَلَيْكُمْ بِالسِّوَاكِ. And upon you is the siwak, is the miswak. Look at how this hadith, it highlights the importance of cleanliness. A Muslim, when he comes to the prayer, when he comes to the masjid, he must be dressed nicely. He must smell nicely. And as we know from a hadith by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the angels, they can smell. And it is why we have been forbidden to eat garlic or to eat onion before coming to the masjid, before praying in congregation. Because not only is it harmful to the angels, but it is also harmful to the brothers praying with you. And also, from the adab is dealing with other people. And I'll start with those closest to you, your parents. And this is something that we keep repeating again and again and again, over and over and over. And is only repeated due to its importance. And it is so important, so much so, that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was once speaking to the Sahaba, and he told them, there is a man from Yemen. If he came to you, ask him to make dua for you. He is speaking to the Sahaba. Some of them promised Jannah. Those who sat with him, learned with him, listened to him, obeyed him in every saying, every action, followed him. He is saying to them, radiyallahu anhum, that this man who he has never met, if he comes to you, ask him to make dua. And what action has he done to gain such a blessing? What jihad has he participated in? What battle has he fought? What battle has he won? How many masajid has he built? How many slaves has he freed? How many people has he fed? None of them. What action he did was being good to his mother, looking after her, taking care of her. And this shows the virtue of the parents. And this is something that we keep repeating again and again and again, but still, some of the brothers do not understand. Subhanallah. Then there is the dealing with your wives and your kids. Knowing when to be lenient with them, when to be harsh upon them. what to teach them, to teach them. Because there are some that do not even go to that extent. Never mind teaching their family, they do not know what to teach. And it is upon you to teach them. And the only way that you'll be able to teach them, to lead them in the dunya and the akhirah, is by gaining knowledge. Because only then will you know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala permits and what He forbids. And only then will you know the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So then you will be able to apply it. So then your family can look at you and apply it. And then from the adab is enjoining the good and forbidding the evil. And Muhammad ibn Muflih al-Maqdisi, he has a chapter of this in one of his books. فصل في الأمر بالمعروف والنهي عن المنكر. Chapter in enjoining the good and forbidding the evil. A person should enjoy the good. Why? To increase the amount of people doing that good. And increase the amount of that good that there is. And even if that good does not increase, he should do it to highlight to those around him. To highlight to Ahl Sunnah what the good is. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala permits. What the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is. Because even those upon the straight path, they will need to hear this, so their hearts can gain peace that they are upon the straight path. And forbidding the evil. Forbidding the evil to reduce its evil. And even if it is not forbade, even if it does not decrease, then a person should keep on forbidding it, and forbidding it, and forbidding it. To again highlight to Ahl Sunnah what they should not do. And highlight to them what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbade. What the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam forbade. So that they can know what is right and what is wrong. And maybe you forbidding this evil enters the heart of one of these people. One of these people who are in misguidance, but they are looking for khayr. They are looking for goodness. And maybe if they hear your words, they will leave this misguidance. And they will leave the innovation that they are in. هذا وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد. So my brothers and sisters, the manners are something very important. And they are something that should be at the top of a Muslim's priority. Maintaining them, learning them, teaching them to others, teaching them to your friends, to your family, to your children. Imam Malik, rahimahullah, his mother used to dress him like the scholars. And she used to send him to the scholars, send him to the masajid. Not to learn Quran and the hadith, rather to learn the manners. And this is not only for those who are seeking knowledge, and it is not only to teach the children, but rather every man and woman must learn these manners. Because it is clear that many are lacking in them. Imam Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah, he says, the deen itself is manners. So whoever is surpassing you in deen is surpassing you in manners. Afwan, whoever is surpassing you in manners is surpassing you in deen. Look at the greatness of the manners. That your manners can be the thing that puts you on a higher level than others. So hold on to your manners. Learn them. Learn the correct manners. The manners of Islam. The manners of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I ask Allah to keep us upon the straight path. And to grant us goodness in this life and the next. And to grant victory to the people of Palestine. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله